I'd now like to ask Nevval Sevindi, a journalist from Turkey, to speak to us.
Good evening to everybody. I am glad to be with you here, and also I was so glad to listen to you because our speech were so valuable and fruitful really for everybody, I think, and discussion also was very fine. And I am coming from Istanbul. I am journalist and writer. I have 3 books about Fethullah Gülen. 2 of them are in Turkish, 1 of them in English. Printed from New York University. And I was the first interview I did in New York with Fethullah Gülen. It is the name of the book also, in 1997. But I met his school in Central Asia in 1996. And I met and then learned him about something in 1997. And then I worked on STV 5 years. And I was a columnist 5 years in Zaman newspaper, and also I am a director of Dialogue Avrasya magazine in both languages, Russian and Turkish languages. Because of that, I was responsible from Russia. I know better their place. And all you academicians, and I am afraid of you, because of that I want to speak in Turkish. I don't want to say something wrong. Okay, söyleyip sonra sen. Bugünkü toplantıyla ilgili söyleyeceğim şey için Türkçe konuşacağım. Ben yanlışlık yapmadım. Bugünkü konuşmalar çok iyi. Ben eksikleri öyle söyleyeceğim, gazeteci olacağım.
As a journalist, I want to say, I want to speak about what I thought was wanting, the things that perhaps could have been done better. And I want to speak in Turkish because I'm talking about the conference, and I think it's important that I say it right. Okay? Yeah.
Tabii ki toplantının yapılması şahaneydi bu konuda. Zaten Fethullah Gülen hareketi gerçekten artık mükemmel bir yola gelmiş halde. İçerikte tartışmalarımızda politik tarafın zayıf kaldığını düşünüyorum ve kadın tarafın.
I think it's warranted that we organize a conference or conferences about the Gülen movement. The movement has reached that stage where it warrants that academic critique. I think that the conference, however, was wanting in discussion so far as the political dimension and women's role.
Çünkü politikte zayıf olan neydi? Şu anda buradayız, Hollanda'dayız. Gerek Hollanda'da çevremizde olan ülkeler, Fransa'da olduğu gibi burka tartışması var, Hollanda'da da var, Almanya'da da ve de gerekse Türkiye'de olan tartışmalara yabancı kalmayan bir tavır olmalı. Yani biz sadece teorik olarak, cemaat zaten teorik bir yapı değil, tam tersine başarısı pratik yapısında. O yüzden pratik olarak bütün bunlara cemaat ne diyordu bugün öğrenemedik.
We're in Europe, obviously we're in Holland, we have France, Germany around us. What we didn't look at here was the practical implications of the theory of the movement. The movement, what makes the movement important isn't the theory, it's the practical implications, it's the practice, it's what happens in real life. And we should have come out of this conference finding out more what the movement says and how the movement reacts to what's happening at the grassroots in society, in the political sphere in Europe.
Fethullah Gülen'in başarısı çok derin hem doğu hem batı bilgisine sahip olmak hem de pratik hayata her zaman bir cevap verebilmek olmuştur.
What's important about Gülen, what differentiates him is that he has a very good grasp of the Eastern and Western sciences and culture, and that he can interpret one within the other and give practical suggestions to those kind of issues that we face.
Bunu kısaca böyle demiş olayım. Kadın meselesine gelince ben Anadolu'da yüzlerce konferans verdim. O zaman 97'de ilk yaptığım zamanda interview kadın meselesine özellikle önem verdim. Ve cemaate kadınların çok şikayetçi olduğunu söyledim. Yani birçok konuda görünmez olduklarını, niçin görünmez olduklarını sordum Hoca Efendi'ye. O da bana dedi ki ben sizin söyledikleriniz gibi birçok şeyin yapılmasını istiyorum. Ama abiler beni hiç dinlemiyorlar dedi. Ben de Anadolu'ya bu konferansları vermeye gittiğimde abiler organize ettiği için abilere dedim ki Hoca Efendi böyle söylüyor, siz neden onun söylediklerini hanımlara iletmiyorsunuz ve izin vermiyorsunuz bazı şeylere? Evet söylüyor, biz hiç onlardan söz etmiyoruz evde dedi. Ben dedim ki işte Allah da ceza olarak beni gönderdi. Ben herkesin ayağına kadar gidip hem Hoca Efendi'nin bütün söylediklerini söylüyorum hem de söylemediği her türlü feminist teoriyi de söylüyorum.
Okay. She's basically saying in a nutshell, the Arbis are doing a great job. They listen to the women. She's saying that she's given conferences, hundreds of conferences in Anatolia about women's and women's role in society. And that when she interviewed Fethullah Gülen, she put this question to him. She said, "Look, I come in contact with women within or outside the movement, and they have a number of grievances or complaints or things that worry them." And so she says, "I put these to Gülen," and Gülen said, "I agree with you. You know, these are things that we should be tackling, and these are things that I tell people. You know, those people who listen to me. But these Arbis, the people that are my immediate students or congregation or people who are inspired by me, you know, they might be selective. They're not following those things through." So he complained about them to Nevval. And then when she was doing these conferences in Anatolia, she said to the Arbis, you know, these people, the elders, shall we say, she said, "Why don't, you know, Gülen is obviously saying this. He says that he's saying this to you. Why don't you communicate these things to your people, to your public, and why don't you act accordingly?" And they say, yeah, he does say those things, but you know, we are selective in what we say. We're careful in what we communicate.
Evet, ama bu 13 yıl içerisinde, 15 yıl içerisinde elbette çok büyük bir değişim ve gelişim gösterdi Fethullah Gülen hareketi. Hem Türkiye'de hem dünyada gösterdiği büyük değişim dünyanın da ihtiyacı olan birçok şeye cevap veriyor diye düşünüyorum.
However, in the last 13 to 15 years, the movement has changed. It's evolved, it's growing, it's maturing, and I think that it responds and engages with the world and responds to a number of issues, problems that are raised in our time.
I thank your patience and all your patience, and thank you very much, and have a nice day.